Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be trying out some new makeups. These are not really brand new launches. A few of them are on the newer side, but as you probably know, I've been a bit behind on my videos, so I've had some of these things for a while. I just have not tried them. So we're going to be using this, even though I think this is kind of old news at this point, but we're going to try it anyway. The Patrick Ta Holiday palette. He also released a new blush brush that I bought as well. So we're going to try that. And then I got this weeks ago. I showed it in a Sephora haul, but still have not tried it. The Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Tint. We're gonna try that. I have, the new Alley Glines, Ravie Beauty, and some other random things too. So I don't have a full face of new things, but I just wanted to sit and try these things out with you today. And I did just want to thank you for all of your sweet comments on my last video. I kind of shared how I haven't been feeling great lately and just where I'm at with that, and I got so many kind, just sweet comments. I'm still in the process of going through and reading them, but I just wanted to take a second to thank you for everyone that left a comment. It really is it meant a lot to me, and I just appreciate you all so much. But today we're going to be doing what I love, which is trying some new products. So let's get into it. And if you're new here, my name is Blair. I do all kinds of beauty and makeup content here on YouTube. I hope you'll subscribe, and let's get into it. Okay, so typically I usually do my color corrector first under my eyes, as you probably know. I'm gonna wait and do that after the skin tint. I just want to do this first. So this is not really a super new product. It hasn't been around a super long time, but it's not a brand new launch. But this is from Danessa Myricks. It's the Yummy Skin Serum Skin Tint. And actually, I don't have I tried anything from Danessa Myricks? I don't think that I have actually. So this will be brand new to me. I have the shade number 4. Like I said, I've not tried anything from this brand, so I don't really know much about it. I really like Danessa Myricks. I love following her on Instagram. She just seems like such a sweet person. I really like following her, so I'm excited to try this out. So it's in a squeeze tube. Okay. So it looks like this should be a pretty good shade for me. It may look a little bit light on my hand, but that's because I just applied some self-tan a few days ago. So my body is darker than my face right now. Okay, I'm just gonna dot this on. I feel like I've seen a few people talk about how this actually gives more coverage than a lot of skin tints. I'm gonna blend this in with the BK Beauty 106. Okay, yeah, so it's super, super thin and lightweight, like a true serum-y consistency. Kind of want to see how this compares to the new Glossier foundation. Even though the Glossier is not a skin tint, it's a newer launch that I've really been liking, so I kind of want to see how this compares. This skin tint does not have a smell, which I appreciate. And I didn't say, but I don't have any like primer or anything on today, so nothing underneath to really interfere with anything other than just my normal skincare. I'm getting what's left on the back of my hand and just kind of tapping it on. Just based on this, it doesn't look like a ton of coverage to me. I feel like I've seen several people saying that it's more coverage than a typical skin tint, but this looks pretty standard to me. I would say like between a light and a medium coverage, like light medium. I don't know if this will pick up on camera, and I'm guessing it probably will not, but from a distance you wouldn't really notice this, but when I'm looking up close in my mirror, this has like a little bit of, I hesitate to say shimmer in it, but I can see like the slightest bit of like a silver reflect in it. Like it really just looks glowy, I feel like, on camera, but in person, if you look super, super close, it looks like it has a little bit of shimmer in it, which I was not expecting. I'm gonna see if you can build the coverage up at all, because to me, this is pretty light. I said light medium earlier, but I don't know. I would say this is probably more of a true light coverage. But let's see if it's buildable at all. I don't know. I feel like that definitely added a little bit of additional coverage. I don't think it was a ton though. I'll tell you what this reminds me of. This reminds me of the Hourglass skin tint with just a little bit more coverage and shimmery finish to it. I hate to use the word shimmer, but I really do feel like I see shimmer in this really, really close up. But the glow and the finish overall really reminds me of the Hourglass skin tint. If you have oily skin, I really don't know if this is gonna be your thing, just based on the application, but definitely not similar to this at all. This gives more coverage and it's more of a natural finish. It has a glow, but definitely not as glowy as this. Okay, let's do some corrector. I'm gonna use the one I have sitting here, which is Bobbi Brown in Bisque. This is the stick one. And just gonna tap that in. And for concealer, I'm gonna take a little bit of these two. These are not new, but I'm gonna use a little bit of Hourglass Vanish in the shade Silk. And then I'm also gonna use a little bit of Armani Luminous Silk in the shade 4.75. Because Armani on its own doesn't really give me as much coverage as I like. And to blend, I'm going to use the A506 from BK Beauty. And then I just added a little bit of the Hourglass concealer on my cheeks where I want just a little bit more coverage, and I'm just tapping that in with the 106. All right, and then I'm just gonna use my NARS cream bronzer. I don't have another new one to use, so I'm just gonna use this one. This is in Laguna 01. Okay, finally, let's get into the Patrick Ta palette. Like I said, I know I am very late to this. I think this is out of stock now on Sephora, and it's not even on the Patrick Ta website anymore. So I'm sorry about that, but I still want to use it. And in case you find it in store in person at Sephora, I think maybe some of the stores still have it. I'm kind of surprised it's already out of stock, but anyway. So I'm sure you've seen videos on this, but it comes in the really pretty pink packaging. So here it is. We have 4 glittery topper shades in here, and then 2 pink blushes that are not permanent shades. These are new shades, and if you know my channel, you know how much I love the Patrick Ta blushes. I have many of them, and they're just one of my favorite products ever. So one is a bit of a lighter pink, and one is a pretty vibrant pink. So this is the lighter pink one, which I think is called Giving I Need Her. So the powder and the cream. The cream is super, super light. Like that's it kind of built up a little bit. Like it's very, very light on me. And it's probably showing up even lighter because, like I said, I have on some self-tan, so my hand is darker. Now let's go into the darker one. This one is almost like a fuchsia color. And okay, yeah, so this one is much, much brighter. So this is the darker one and that is the lighter one. The darker one is called Giving Main Character. So much more pigment here than here. I'm guessing I would probably mix the two. This is probably going to be a bit dark on its own for me, and this is pretty light just in the swatch, but we'll see how it looks on my face. And then when we get to the eyes, I'll swatch the eye toppers. So he also has a new brush. This is called the dual-ended blush brush. So this was made to go with his blushes. So I wanted to try it, if I can open it. I have one of his other brushes that came out with his foundation. Actually, I have two of his brushes, so now I have three. This is the one that I have from his foundation, his cream foundation, which I really, really like. And then I also have this contour one. So you get more of like a dense contour end on this side and then more of a fluffy angled brush on the other side. But this new one has like a kind of an angled dense brush like this. It kind of reminds me of the BK Beauty 101 brush, the shape of it. And then you get like a fluffier side. So this was supposed to be for cream and then this for the powder. I think I might use the light pink first and then maybe we'll add a little bit of the darker pink. I feel like I would probably mix them. Before I go in with these blushes, I'm gonna set my face with a little bit of powder just because I don't know, I've never used this skin tint before, so I don't know how powder blush is gonna apply over this without setting it at all. So I am just gonna lightly set my face. I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Powder, just so we have a little bit on before we go in with the blushes. Okay, now we'll go into the blush. I'm gonna go into the light pink powder first, and I'm gonna use the fluffy end of this brush. Okay, so a lot of kick up in this pan from dipping my brush in. Do you see that? That's interesting. I don't feel like his powder blushes normally have that much kick up. This one has a lot. I'm just going to lightly apply this powder. I kind of tapped off a good bit of it on my hand because I don't know how much to apply. Okay, yeah, so this lighter pink is super, super light. So if you have a deeper skin tone, I don't know how that blush shade would work on you because I went in with a good bit of the powder and it's still pretty light on this cheek. I kind of wish that they would do 2 of these cheek palettes every year and not just do 1. I'm sure it's probably from like a economical standpoint, maybe it doesn't make sense to do more than 1, but I always feel like they kind of need at least 2. One that can be fair, light, medium, and then one that's medium, deep, dark. I don't know, I just don't feel like it's easy to do all in one palette, you know what I mean? I mean, this is a really pretty color. I love these kind of pinks on my skin tone. I just don't know how it would be on a deeper skin tone. I do like how this fluffy end applied that powder, FYI. All right, I'm gonna go, and I'm a little bit nervous to use this hot pink. So I'm just gonna like barely tap in because we really don't need, like, look at that, I barely touched and that's how much pigment we got. So I'm just adding a little bit of this to this outer half of my cheek. It's a pretty color. It's definitely, I would say, like a magenta. So if you don't like that kind of tone, maybe not. But if you have a deeper skin tone, like medium and up, this fuchsia I bet would be so pretty on on you. It works if you use a light hand. You just kind of have to be kind of careful with it, but you have to like pink for sure. And that's kind of the main complaint I've heard about this palette is it's so pink. So yeah, if you don't like those pinky tones, definitely not going to be your thing. And I've also seen some people saying, and I do agree with this, I wish he would release a blush that is like a true nude. Like even if it's in a palette like this, I wish he would do like a true nude blush. But anyway, okay, those two colors are pretty, I have to say. All right, let's use the cream sides. I'm gonna go into the light pink first, so this one here, and I'm gonna flip my brush. Also, something else I'm just gonna point out, I meant to say this earlier, in my opinion, yeah, these creams in here, and I'm honestly wondering about the powders too. This cream is not his same formula. I can tell it's more like a balmy formula to me, and it's just not as pigmented. His normal creams in his blush duos are very pigmented, very pigmented. And this, even though this is a lighter color, I can tell it's not the same formula. All right, now I'm gonna go in with just a little bit of this darker shade and tapping off. I do really like this brush, I will say. So if you are a Patrick Ta blush fan, this is a great tool to apply them. I'm gonna kind of go over a little bit with my sponge. I'm almost wondering if you have a deeper skin tone. If you happen to have a deeper skin tone and you have this palette, please let me know in the comments because I'm curious. But I almost wonder, maybe you could like mix the lighter pink in with the darker pink as a way to use it if you really wanted the color in this palette, but I don't know. I don't have a deeper skin tone, so I can't really say. But if you do and you happen to have this, please let us know in the comments. But it's pretty. I like it. Okay, before we move on to the eyes, I want to show you swatches in case you're curious, because someone's probably going to ask of all the different pink blushes from Patrick Ta, and believe it or not, they all are different shades of pink. I know he has a ton of pink shades, but I just kind of wanted to show you. So this here is She's a Doll from him. So you can see it's not as blue based as these down here. This one's a little bit of a warmer, more vibrant pink. Then this one is She's That Girl, which if you know me, you know how much I love this shade. That one is definitely a little bit more on the coral pink side, but that is it there. And then this is one of his new shades, She's Giving, which She's Giving, I would say, is the most similar to the darker pink from this holiday palette, because that is the darker pink right there. So this is She's Giving, which is one of his newer permanent shades. This is the darker pink shade from the palette, and then that one is obviously the lighter pink. But believe it or not, they are all, in fact, different shades of pink. The only other one that I did not swatch, which I guess I will, is this is his holiday palette from last year. And it had two blushes and a highlight. A lot of people didn't love this one, but this pink down here, I actually really liked this pink, but I was definitely in the minority. A lot of people did not like this formula, but I will say this formula from last year reminds me of the formula in this year's palette. It is definitely a little bit different than his standard blush duo formula, but I just want to show you. So that there is the pink from the palette last year. So definitely much more sheer than his typical shades, but they are all, in fact, different shades of pink, if you were wondering. So I just wanted to share that in case you were curious. But I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows off camera because that's kind of boring. I'll come back and we'll move on to the eyes. did my brows, and let's move on to the eyes. So this palette obviously has 4 glittery toppers in here that I will swatch. I'm not going to apply all of them today, but I will swatch them for you. I am going to use at least one of them, maybe 2. So these are very interesting. They're a bit thicker feeling toppers. So there they are on my finger. They're not super fine and thin like the glitter toppers in the Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes palette. These are a little bit chunkier. Yeah, they feel really nice. They're just a little bit different. So you have the like more white looking one, the pink one. This one is gold, but it has like pink reflex in it. And then this one is more of like kind of silver, but kind of gold, kind of like a platinum color. I feel like these are somewhat similar to the glitter toppers in his eyeshadow palettes, but I do feel like the formula is just a little bit different. These are a little bit smoother. His glitter toppers are also a thicker formula, but they're almost a little bit grittier, not in a bad way, just like the feel of them is a little bit more gritty. These are a little bit more smooth, but super, super pretty. I mean, look at that. I personally like that he did something a little bit different with the holiday palette this year. I know not everybody was into the eyeshadow toppers, but I think they're pretty. Before I go into that, I'm going to take just a few shades from his Major Dimension 3 palette. I'm going to take the light warm brown right here, and I'm going to apply this in my crease. I did prime my eyes with Rare Beauty eye primer, by the way. I'm still loving this eyeshadow palette, by the way. And then I'm gonna switch to a tapered brush, and I'm gonna go into this shade here, which is like the cooler toned light brown. And I'm putting this in the outer corner, but then I'm gonna kind of drag the rest into the crease. I'm trying to decide which one of these glitter toppers I want to use. I think I'm going to go into the gold pink one right here. It's like a few different colors depending on how you look at it. And I'm going to use the 203 from BK Beauty. Oh, do you see that? And I'm putting that really just in the center of the lid. That's pretty. So that's like a pinky gold. Picks up pretty well on this brush. I did not spray this brush either. Those are really nice. Okay, and then I want to use one of the other shades. I think I'm going to go into this one right here, which is kind of more of the platinum color. And let's see, I'm just going to flip this brush to the other side, and I'm going to put that in this inner part of my eye. Kind of drag it up. Let me look on my face and see how much fallout we have. We have for sure a little bit of fallout, mostly on this side, which is interesting. I don't have as much on the other side. Not bad considering I didn't spray my brush. So I would say if you're going to use these, maybe spray or do your eyes first, but it doesn't really matter. I'm not going anywhere, so it doesn't really matter for me, but there is some fallout. I'm going to take a little bit of, well, I'm just going to take a little bit of both matte shades in here, so these two, and just put a little bit of that on the lower lash line. Okay, I just did a little bit of eyeliner. I just used the Charlotte Tilbury Classic Eye Powder Pencil in brown, which I love, but I literally just went down to my mailbox, and our mailbox is not in front of our house. We live in one of those neighborhoods where your mailbox is like, it's like a community mailbox. So I got a notification that this had been delivered, so I literally just ran down there to get this. But this is the Tower 28 mascara in the new brown shade, and I really wanted to use it for this video. So I was dedicated and I went and got it. This just came out. I ordered it from Tower 28 a few days ago. And this is their really popular Make Waves mascara in brown, which I am so excited about because I love brown mascara and I feel like nobody makes brown. I don't know why, but so many new mascaras come out all the time and they never come out in brown. I don't understand it, but we are going to try this. I have tried this mascara before in the black color and I really liked it. I was not as obsessed with my first tube of it as a lot of people are. It's been a while since I tried it, so I don't really remember why, but I don't remember being like blown away by this the first time I tried it. But anyway, I love a curved wand and I love a brown mascara, so I want to try this out. I did just curl my lashes also. My current favorite brown mascaras are the YSL Lash Clash mascara in brown and then the e.l.f. Lash and Roll in brown, which seems of the two is definitely the most similar to this one. So this is definitely a pretty dry formula. I don't remember. It's been a while since I tried this, but it's definitely more on the dry side. I feel like I don't have a ton on the brush, so I'm gonna get a little bit more. If you like more volume in your mascara and you want a brown mascara, I would say of the ones that I've tried, I would definitely go for the YSL, but this gives much more lengthwise than the YSL, and it's also very separating. Like, it's not clumpy at all. So I kind of did 2 coats on both eyes. Really like it, really like it. And I do think, like right now, my lashes are not in their best state. I have a lot of them, but they recently, a lot of them kind of shed and they're starting to grow back now, but they're all kind of short, or most of them are kind of short. So my lashes are not in their absolute best state at the moment, but this still looks really good. It's very separating, which is my favorite thing about it. It's not clumpy. I'm not a huge fan of clumpy mascaras. Every now and then if I want a lot of volume, I don't mind it, but I like the formula on this a lot, and I will wear this all day, and if I have any transfer, I will update the description box. But from what I remember before, I don't remember having issues with transfer on this one, but I will let you know. I did want to point out this is more of a black brown mascara, I would say. I was hoping it would be a little bit more brown, like a true brown, like a true warm brown, but in person, I mean, it's a softer black brown to me. Which that happens a lot with brown mascaras. You rarely find one that's like truly brown and not black looking at all. But I do like the fact that it's a little bit of a less intense color. Okay, and finally for lips, I want to use the new Alley Glines lip products. These are her brand, Ravie Beauty, that just came out, and mine just got delivered yesterday, I think. I'm going to take all 3 of them out. I ordered all 3 colors, and I will swatch these for you. So these are the Effortless Lips by Ravie Beauty, and they're very thin little bullet lip products, which I actually really like. I prefer something a little bit smaller like this. I just think they're a little bit easier to apply. And I love this kind of product for just my preferences, like a more sheer balmy type lip product. So this is shade Dahlia, and I'm guessing this is going to be the one I wear the most. Then we have the shade Lily, which is a little bit lighter, more of a true light nude right there. And then the last one is Tulip, which is a little bit brighter. Oh yeah, these feel really nice. So that is Tulip. So Tulip, Lily, and Dahlia. Okay, I'm gonna line my lips quickly with, or actually, maybe we'll do lip liner after. Yeah, we'll do lip liner after. So I'm gonna go in with Dahlia, which is the first one that I swatched, this one right here. Oh yeah, so this is exactly the kind of lip product that I love. Oh, love that color. Yeah, it feels extremely thin, but pretty moisturizing. Like it's not so thin that it feels like nothing. I love that color. That is shade Dahlia. Let's see, should I try them all on? I guess I will. Okay, I'm gonna go into shade Lily now. Ooh, that one's pretty too. It's just a little bit lighter. Not quite as mauve-y as Dahlia. They feel really, really nice though. I feel like this is a really good like lip product to keep in your purse. And then the last one is Tulip, which doesn't really go with this look, but I'll show it to you anyway. Oh, this one is pretty too. Yeah, so that one is just a little bit brighter, but I feel like this color with like a no makeup look would be so pretty. So nice. So that one is Tulip. I'm gonna go into Dahlia because I feel like this one goes the best with everything else I have on. Yeah, I love the feel of this. This is gonna go probably right into my purse. And then I'm gonna take just a little bit of this Sephora lip liner. This is the shade Sinker Suede. All right, you guys, that's gonna be it for today's video. I wanna go over the products that we tried and just kind of give you my thoughts. So first, the Danessa Myricks, the Yummy Skin Tint. Okay, this is very pretty. I will say, I want to see how it wears, number one, but number two, I kind of wish it didn't have that pearly kind of look to it, and I don't know what that is. I don't know if I'm just like making that up, but I really don't think that I am. It looks, if you look super, super close up, you can see like a silvery kind of reflect in it. But once you have it on with other products and you powder it, it looks really pretty. Like I like it much better now that I have all my makeup on and I have powdered my face. I do think if you don't like something glowy, I would say definitely stay away from this. And if you have oily skin, I'm guessing you're probably not gonna love this, but if you have dry skin, I think you probably would like this. It does not have a lot of coverage though. I've heard that it has a good bit, but I don't know. To me, it does not have a ton of coverage. I will wear it today, and like I said with the mascara, I will put any update below if I notice anything weird, but I like this. I'm not like blown away by it. Okay, the Patrick Ta palette, of course. If you know me, you know I love Patrick Ta, and I love the brand, I love him, I love everything that they do for the most part. I will say I don't know how versatile this palette is. I appreciate the fact, like I said earlier, that they did something different and they did the glitter toppers, which I personally really like. I think it's fun to do something different, especially for the holidays. I feel like this type of thing is definitely very popular for Christmas, New Year's, that kind of thing. So I do appreciate that. I don't know, like I said, about the versatility of the shades depending on your skin tone, because for me, I can make this one work, but I just have to use an extremely, extremely light hand and barely use any of it. And if you have a deeper skin tone, I'm assuming it's going to be the reverse. You're going to be able to use this one, but not so much this one. So I don't know. I wish they made like two different versions of the palette and made like one that's for lighter skin and one that's for deeper skin. But do I regret buying it? Absolutely not. I think I love a pink blush though. That's just kind of my thing. The formula, I do think, unless I'm just making it up, but I don't think I am. The formula in here of the blushes is different than his typical formula. It's similar, but I do think it's a bit different. The powder blush is a bit more powdery. You get that kick up in the pan, and then the cream blushes are a little bit more sheer and more balmy. So the formula is a little bit different, but I personally still like it. Just something to keep in mind. And like I said, the palette is out of stock online, so you'd have to find it in store anyway, but I did want to use it because I haven't used it, and in case you find it in store and you want it, I wanted to give you my opinion on it. But I personally really like it, and I love the glitter toppers. Personally, you do get some fallout, but that doesn't bother me. If it does bother you, or if I was worried about it, I could always just do my eyes first. The mascara I really like. Like I said, I want to see if it smudges or flakes or anything. I don't remember it doing that when I've tried it in the past, but I do like it. I just wish it was more of a true brown. It is more of a black brown, so just keep that in mind if you're wanting to look into this. It's a black brown, not a true brown. So it's definitely softer than black. It's just not quite as brown as I wish it was, but it's a nice mascara. I do like it. And the Ravie Beauty lip products, love these. Very, very nice. If you like more of a moisturizing type lip product, not something super opaque, but that does have some color to it. These are really nice. I'm definitely going to use these a ton and probably put this one in my purse, the one that I have on now, which is Dahlia. I love this color. Love, love, love this color. It's the perfect kind of rosy mauve color. And I really like it actually with this Sephora lip liner. I've been loving this lip liner lately, the retractable lip liner in Sinker Suede. I love this lip combo. Hope you enjoyed the video. I really just had so much fun sitting down and filming this today. It's been a while since I sat and filmed trying some new makeup, and there's just nothing better. It's so much fun. So hope you enjoyed. I will have everything I used today on my face listed and linked below for you. They are affiliate links, so I will make a commission if you shop through them. That supports my channel. And the next video that you see from me should be my Sephora sale recommendations, which I'm really excited for. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you'll subscribe and follow me over on Instagram at simply.blair and TikTok simply.blair1, and I will see you next time. Remember, simply be you. Bye.